Tonight, we have sent a clear message to the world. Ontario is open for business.
That was 1 year ago today when Doug Ford trounced the Liberals and was elected with a majority government. Exactly 12 months later, Doug Ford is far more subdued.
This is the team that is turning Ontario around. 1 year, we have accomplished more than any government in Ontario's history.
Well, it's been quite a year for Premier Doug Ford. 1 year today he was elected, and he hit the ground running at breakneck speed, but he's ending the year with at least six bad polls. John Wright is a pollster here, and my question for you is, what does a populist premier do when he's not so popular?
He does what they did today, and that was to take off for the summer. I'm not being funny about that. I think this government has been at breakneck speed. I think that there has been an enormous amount of turbulence. You know, he came into power at 40.5% of the vote. He's down around 30 points at the moment. It is first term. They ripped the Band-Aid off. And they've now, I think if they're smart, everyone from this place will go and take a breather and think about this. But now be prepared for doing real work in the fall, because the implications for everything that they've done in the last month or so are going to come home to roost. They're going to have to deal with that.
Setting the stage for a big showdown with teachers, for example.
Well, it could well be. I mean, it depends on all of the people who have been affected by the Ford government. It's not just the teachers. It's going to be many, many others. There are municipalities who have been involved. School boards now are cutting programs here and there. I mean, there's a lot of people who have been affected by this. And the question in my mind really is not so much whether there's a demonstration here at Queen's Park, or whether or not it's something bigger than that. So what members are going to do is go home, make their rounds with the constituencies, talk to people, try to get a feeling for that, and maybe, talking and convincing people, and go to some barbecues. And I don't know what many of them are going to do during the federal election campaign, but right now, I'm not sure Andrew Scheer wants to be tied in with Doug Ford. And because Justin Trudeau's made it very clear he wants to tie the two of them right together and use them as a battering ram. So the 905, which Andrew Scheer needs to win, is actually not hard in support of Doug Ford at the moment. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Just
a few seconds left in time here, but Doug Ford, I mean, it's been the first year. It's very common that in the first year a government gets all the nasty stuff out of the way, but it seems like more nasty stuff is to come. Can he recover from that? Can he win a second government? And I know it's so early on.
Mike Harris did, but I think there's two different Doug Fords. I think there's the campaign bombastic out there Doug Ford, who we see sometimes in the legislature and in other places. And then there's the Doug Ford that walked out the morning that GM went down, made the announcement, and we saw a little bit today. Somebody who doesn't have to be that bombastic guy,
a little quieter,
but quieter and thoughtful, and do that. I think if he's more of that guy, I think that's a more revealing opportunity for him in the next year.
All right, John Wright, great to see you. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.